Christian in Tennessee, or Kristen, and then I'm going to go to Jeff. Kristen in Tennessee, you're on the air. Thanks for holding. I'm sorry, Kristen, or yeah, Kristen. I'm sorry, third time's a charm.
To say about Chinese people, and I'm Chinese from Singapore, and yes, we work all the time, you're correct, but I've been begging to be an anchor on your show. I was a model, and I wrote a book called Singaporean Thoughts, and my father was chairman of the Singapore Stock Exchange and CDL hotel chain. My mom was an attorney for the Singapore government land and title, so I know the Obama crash is on its way at the end of the year, and I want to make sure everyone knows it's not going to be Trump's fault.
Well, ma'am, send us a resume at Jobs and InfoWars. We barely even have the crew to look at the resumes. We're at that kind of building point. It's so hard to get through. But jobs and Infowars.com, absolutely. Tell us about Obama crash, because the globalists were implementing a global financial meltdown. They admitted that. That's come out. Trump's trying to block that. Ron Paul agrees very valiantly. What do you think the Obama crash is?
Okay, there's three reasons why, in my book, Singaporean Thoughts, why there is going to be an Obama crash is, number one, 94 million unemployed and 44 million illegals, which, you know, they say it's 11 million, but it's actually 44. Second reason is because of the cyclical, which was supposed to crash every 7 years. So the second reason is it was supposed to crash in 2015, and Obama manipulated it. And the third reason is the Fed, which is, of course, we know, owned by the Rothschilds, and they have already raised the interest rate once on Trump, so they're going to burst the interest rate bubble by raising it twice more. They only raised it on Obama 2 times in 8 years, and they're going to raise it 3 times on Trump in 1 year, so that bubble will burst. Once that bursts, it's going to be a crash, and California will be the most affected. I used to live in California, all the libertard states. I lived in California. I was a model and actress. I did the movie for Oliver Stone, who turned out to be great, actually, because on his Facebook page, he has a whole thing with links on the Russian hoax, which supports Trump. And then
no, Oliver Stone's a real liberal. I mean, he's got liberal policies I don't agree with, but he's a real guy who stands up for the truth over and over again when it's politically incorrect. But Michael Snyder, you've got the news site, Economic Collapse blog. I think a lot of what she's saying makes sense. What do you think?
Oh, definitely, especially about the Federal Reserve, because a stock market crash, I believe, is coming, but it's not going to be Donald Trump's fault. For example, in the second half of this year, if the stock market crashes, all the fingers are going to be pointed at Trump. But we need to educate people that the Federal Reserve has far more power over the economy and our financial system than presidents, than Congress, than anyone else. And during the Obama years, the Federal Reserve pushed interest rates all the way to the floor, as low as they could go, and then they injected just trillions of hot dollars into the system through their quantitative easing programs, unprecedented intervention into the financial system like we've never seen before, created this giant bubble, stock market going to all-time highs. But throughout, since 1913, there have been 18 distinct recessions or depressions.
Hold on, Snyder, finish up on the other side. We're about to finish up with Michael Snyder on the Obama crash, or the globalist plan to implode the economy. A lot of the factors that are coming together right now. They're trying to plunge the stock market in the news, and the Democrats are saying it's a good thing to stop Trump when it's the Trump exuberance and the election and the policies that have got the stock market and the economy going from a stall to a partial reignition. But they don't care. They'd rather wreck the whole country to have full control. To not just stop Trump, but stop a populist movement. But first off, let's go to Michael Snyder to finish up with the historical breakdown. You got interrupted by the break. Kind of roll through the economic climate, the two countervailing forces of nationalism, Trumpism coming in, but is it too little too late to stop the global economic meltdown?
Well, Donald Trump can't keep the Federal Reserve from raising rates. If they want to raise rates, they know that's going to slow the economy down. They know that's going to hurt the financial markets, but they might want to do that to hurt Trump. Now, these booms and busts keep getting worse. For example, 2008, that crisis was worse than when the dot-com bubble burst. And this next one is looking like it's going to be a lot worse than 2008. And so what we need to do this time around, we need to say, hey, we've got to stop this madness. We need to tell the American people, no matter who is president, this is going to keep happening until we get rid of the Federal Reserve. Reserve. So I'm going to make it my mission, and I'm calling on people all over the country. We need to not only just restart the End the Fed movement, but we need to abolish the Federal Reserve, do whatever we can. And that's one of the reasons why I'm thinking of running for public office. We need to do it all over the country. We need to get rid of the debt-based Federal Reserve, their debt-based currency, go to a new system, because if we don't, this is going to keep happening over and over again, no matter which political party's in control.
But will they be successful looking at all the different forces to stop the Trump recovery?
Well, we'll see. I think that, they're really targeting in the second half of this year and beyond for, if the economy turns down, that can turn a lot of people against Trump. I think that's what I think Democrats are secretly hoping that that's going to happen so that they turn hearts and minds against Trump. And so that, they're really targeting the 2018 midterm elections really hard. The Democrats are right now.
You think our information's hardcore? You think our focus is brutal? Try our nutraceuticals. Try our supplements. We've taken Brain Force and made it Brain Force Plus. Now with 20% more in the bottle and an even more hardcore formula. You owe it to yourself to get these products. They really have worked for myself, my family. They have 5-star reviews by the thousands. Secure your Brain Force Plus today at InfoWarsLife.com. Now 20% stronger. Again, InfoWarsLife.com.